That's that One West News Desk intro. I hear that. That's my bad for Rob. Hook the nigga up. Yeah. Hey, listen, check this out. We One West out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the One West News Desk under Captain Saparia. I'm Officer Mathum Chikaya, and this is my partner right here, Alazai. You understand? Officer Alazai. We holding it down for Captain Saparia today, doing this One West News Desk. Like we said, we come to you with a little bit of national, international, and some local news just to keep everybody up to what's going on. Because I know a lot of times we don't get to watch the news. We don't get to, we don't find out about things until things are breaking out into hell on the streets. You know what I mean? Right. Well, right now, we're going to get into a little bit of news. We're going to find out what's going on in our community. You understand? And we got a situation right here, especially in Baltimore. And we know we've had this situation, especially with these vacant houses in Baltimore. We had this situation for a long time. We had people who don't even live in Baltimore owning a lot of these houses, and then they sit on these houses. And what happens is these houses are vacant. They infested with rodents and things like that. The property value drops in our neighborhoods. The city comes in, scoops up this property at no value at all, and then they make all of these houses and all of this stuff for the oppressor. Look at what's going on down the Baltimore Harbor, at the Inner Harbor, Caton Avenue, all of that back there behind Boston Street and all of that. Black people used to live all up and down that. But when you look at it now, right, it's nothing but oppressors living down there. Well, we already talked about really the situation with the housing fraud situation that's going on with a lot of these houses. Did you hear about that? Listen, man. And the crazy thing is the people that own over 700 houses in Baltimore got a fraud case going on right now. And the thing about it is they don't even live here in Baltimore. They live up in New York today. Listen, I live next door off of McHenry Street, a rat-infested house next door to us. The dude didn't even live in Baltimore. He lived up in Pennsylvania. You understand? Sitting on a house that could have been emptied out, could have been cleaned up, right, and somebody could have been living in it. But as we see, especially if you look right there at North Avenue, you see North Avenue, you go up and down North Avenue. I can remember in the 80s into the early 90s, damn near every house on North Avenue used to be built. They actually had a pilot program where they built, I think it's about 6 or 7 houses right there at the top of North Avenue. What part? Like, right there, just above Bloomingdale. Not Bloomingdale. What's that? Dukeland? Just above Dukeland, they got the new houses that sat on the side that they built in the 90s. So it was a pilot program, and they were supposed to did that all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue. They were supposed to did redone the whole part of North Avenue from Walbrook Junction down to Pennsylvania Avenue. Well, look at North Avenue right now, like ruins. It's ruins, and listen. And I can remember when they first opened that Checkers right there at below Bloomingdale, that Checkers that used to sit right there on the corner. Okay. They had LeVan Hawkins came in and did the whole thing when he opened up all the Checkers right here. You understand? Yeah. And that's why they set that pilot program right there to show you what Baltimore was going to look like. And we always get the ass into everything, and it happens to us every time. And the problem is it happens to us because of our oppressor. I'm gonna read this article so you can really get a good feeling of what we're talking about. You understand? It says the title of the article. Yeah, go ahead. You can read.
So the title of the article is Baltimore foreclosures spike as the last real estate fraud ring implodes.
Listen, a real estate fraud ring, and this is the whole thing, right? This is what is funny. It's a real estate fraud ring. real estate fraud rings have been going on in Baltimore, not only in Baltimore, but in cities all across America, in urban cities all across America. This is nothing new. You understand? And to me, it's the reason why it's being reported now is because somebody rubbed somebody else the wrong way.
Okay.
And when we hear of who's behind this fraud ring, you're going to really know that it goes deeper than you really think. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, finish that.
Baltimore is facing a rash of foreclosures tied to a suspected real estate fraud ring, leaving lenders and tenants of the foreclosed properties in the lurch. A detailed investigation by the Baltimore Banner laid bare the astonishing details of the scheme, in which a group of New York-based investors allegedly purchased hundreds of Baltimore homes at wildly inflated prices using hard money loans.
Listen, check this out, right? Basically, the hard money loans is they borrowing money on properties, right? They saying they fix these properties up. So let's say they buy a property at $13,000, right? They saying they fix the property up and now the property value is worth, let's say, $100,000. On $100,000, they break a loan because they say we're gonna either rent this property or we're gonna sell this property. At $100,000, if they put into it and the value goes up to $100,000, they can take a loan against that property for maybe up to $150,000 to almost $175,000. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, if they say this is what we built this property to, but don't actually build that property to that and leave that property as it is, that's where the fraud begins at. You understand? So they said they bought the house for $13,000, built it up to $100,000. Now what we want to do is we want to take a loan out to sell it for $175,000.
Right.
They may get $200,000 for that loan because now they're building up this property. Well, this is what happens this is the part where the fraud side happens at. And the thing is at the end of the day, we're going to find out who gets locked up for it. Go ahead.
So if I could, how does it get that far where, doesn't somebody have to come?
It's a whole ring.
Oh, so everybody's involved.
So you have multiple people involved. So now you have the person who purchases the home.
Right.
You have an appraiser. Right. Somebody who comes out and appraises it when it first gets appraised.
Right.
Then you have that person come out to appraise it again after it's supposedly supposed to be fixed up.
Right.
And then you have somebody, go here, it's going to tell you everything that's in it. But it's when you get into a fraud ring like this, it's multiple people at every position that keeps that ring solid like that, because you have to go to somebody for the loan. You have to go to somebody to appraise the house. You have to go to a builder. You have to have permits, right, to build. So now you have to have a person who does let's say you get electrical work done. So you have to have a permit for that.
Right.
You have to have a permit for if you gutting the whole house out and having it rebuilt. You have to have a carpenter come in with permits to do all of that. So each step of rebuilding that house has to have a permit. And if you say this house that I bought for $13,000 is now up to $100,000, you have to show permits that you had certain work done. That's where the fraud ring begins at.
Gotcha.
You understand? Go ahead.
Gotcha. Can we go up a little bit?
Yeah.
In which a group of New York-based investors allegedly purchased hundreds of Baltimore homes at wildly inflated prices using hard money loans before defaulting on many of those loans.
And see, check this out. And with the hard money loans, you can default on the loan and not have to pay it back. You understand what I'm saying? So you already got the money on it. You didn't do any building on it. The house is still the same.
Right.
You understand? But the the fraud ring comes in when you say, yeah, I got permits to get electrical work done. I got permits to get drywall put up, flooring put in, AC vacuum systems and all of that type of stuff put in, all that heating systems and all that. Remember, you have to have permits having all of that coming in. Gas lines running to the house and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to have, this is the fraud ring right here. So 9 times out of 10, the people that we're gonna find out, because it's gonna tell you basically who did it. And if nobody gets locked up, you know that they all related. You understand? I'm trying not to give it away. You know what I mean?
If I could, so
go ahead.
I'm about to say, but the biggest, dirtiest part of it is, like, I live next to, or not next, like doors down from a house that was vacant,
right, for
I don't even know how long. Like, some of them be vacant so long, you just get used to it. You just start sitting on the steps,
right? You
know what I mean? Sitting in the back, like, and infestations come. So we the ones that gotta deal with.
I'm gonna tell you what me and my ex-wife did, right? I mean, it was petty, but he deserved it because he was an oppressed anyway, right? But we lived, just like I told you, we lived next door to a vacant house. I got dogs, right? Our yard stayed clean, but man, he got rats and everything running through there. So we used to scoop right over in his yard, right?
Yes.
We waited till we get a lot over there, and then we call the city.
Oh, good.
So when they come in and they got clean, they got to step in all this. Did it multiple times. This dude lived in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, good.
You know, he come in all nonchalant. We like, yo, you got, what's the name, all this stuff out in the back, right? You know, oh, don't worry about that. Oh, okay. Scoop. Because we was doing what we supposed to. We kept our yard clean and doing disposing like we supposed to. Oh, you want to act like that, Scoop? Scoop. We waited till it got real high all over the yard, and then we called the city. He had to come in and clean it up. He had people come in, they was mad, stepping in all that. They didn't know where it came from. Hey, y'all should have been cleaning that up. You know what I mean? But you have people, investors from out of town. They don't care because they don't have to see that.
Right.
But then we get the short end of the stick because these are the communities that we live in. And we living in these communities, and then they come in and let these houses get dilapidated, rat infested and everything like that. And we the ones that they say, oh, well, they caused it when you got these people from out of town. Now, these investors live in New York.
Right.
Wait till you find out what part of New York they live in. Go ahead.
That's there. The banner identified a company called EGBE Ventures.
Yes. Go ahead. I'm getting too excited, right? Because wait till you get to these names. Go ahead.
I see them.
Yeah.
And a web of related entities, all tied to a low-profile real estate investor, Elusa Gold.
Oh, wait. Listen. That used to be a popular name. That is a popular name amongst small caps.
Good.
Gold has always been, and that's Elusa, just like you said. But it's almost it's on the cusp of that Jewish,
that Goldberg.
Right there you go. Look at the second name.
And Benjamin.
Right. Netanyahu. No, I'm trying. But Benjamin, right? What that say?
What's that? EDIZ? No,
it's Jewish though.
Yeah,
it's Jewish, but it's a whole Jewish group. You understand what I'm saying? It's a whole Jewish group, and the reason why a lot of people don't get arrested, or they don't get cited, or they don't get brought up on charges, it's because of look at who it is. Look at who it be. Now, at the same time, you have a lot of Chinese investors too. When I was living over on McHenry Street, the same street, you had Chinese people coming in. You see the auction sign on the houses. They coming in taking pictures and everything because they are in on this scheme with the oppressor. We look at this as, oh, the oppressor is at war with these Asians, but they really not. They just having a disagreement. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And at the cost of us, this is what they do. We get sold and bought on the what they call it?
Auction block.
Yeah, on the auction block. Right on Wall Street. Property, all that stuff is on Wall Street. We come with the property. Property value drops. You understand? The property value drops. And when the property value drops, think about the people who live in those neighborhoods that have bought property in those neighborhoods. It's always us. Had a lady that worked for the state. She moved over, she bought a house over on Baltimore Catherine. Right? Baltimore Catherine, you know where that's at?
Catherine, I don't know what that's at.
Over by West Side Shopping Center.
Okay.
I got you. Baltimore Catherine, she bought a house. She paid $125,000. Took her 30-something years to pay for that house, right? About 10 years ago, they bought her out of that house for $25,000. Because when you buy so many houses and you let the houses around it dilapidate, the property value drops, and then we get the back end of the stick. We get the short end of the stick. So you work 30-something years to pay $125,000 for a house, and then they buy you out for $25,000 because they say, "Oh, well, property value," and that's where they get us at. You understand what I'm saying? So they allow people to come in, and this is why it's important for us to have our own, neighborhoods. We keep saying these are our neighborhoods, but these are not our neighborhoods. When other people own the houses that you live in, these are not your neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why we got to come and we got to listen to Commanding General Yohana. That's right. Because the ideas that he have and what he teaches us how to be more responsible amongst each other and how we take care of each other, because no other nation is taking care of us. Look at the oppressors allowing other people to come in and buy the houses in our neighborhood and treat us any kind of way. So now you buy a $125,000 house and they push $25,000 on you. Now you're living in an apartment. You understand what I'm saying? This is not something new either. This has been going on for years. Everybody know this fraud thing is not nothing new. It's just that the reason why this is coming out because somebody rubbed somebody the wrong way. That's all. 700 houses. I'm jumping ahead. Go ahead, finish reading.
If I could. And the thing is, and I know something like this, something like that, like the sister you were talking about.
Right.
And all those years she put in money to pay for that house. After you get sold out like that, it's enough to make you feel like, worthless like that.
Yeah.
What can I do like that? I can't get ahead. Yep. And like you said, the beautiful thing is that the IFPK is here. You got to know that the Most High has something planned for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is not the end. We go through hell here, but it's to get us right, man. It's definitely something better. You don't got to die to get it.
Right.
We just got to come together to get it.
Right.
We come together. Enough of us come together to get it, man. That's heaven. We can have heaven right here. You don't have to die to get to heaven, man.
We're supposed to have heaven.
It's the concept.
But the thing is just like the Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourself together. We got to come together. The only way we're gonna have heaven is if we come together. We look at Black Wall Street, and we talk about Black Wall Street all the time. We name everything Black Wall Street, black this, black that, black that, black that, black that. But why did Black Wall Street fail?
If you ask me, what you going through? I would say that it failed because they didn't have the Most High.
Exactly. And the thing is us as Black people, and we see it every day, us as Black people, once we get somewhere or we get something, we think we better than our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And once you begin to think that, that's when you begin to live like the oppressor.
Yeah.
And then that's when you begin not to care for your brothers and sisters. And this is the reason why we have to treat each other as we want to be treated. You understand? And we allow people to come in and do things like this. Go ahead, finish that.
Okay. As the group at the center of the foreclosure crisis. So the investor group, based on an Orthodox Jewish community in Spring Valley, New York.
Spring Valley, anybody ever heard of Spring Valley, New York? I never even heard of anything spring in New York.
Yes,
Spring Valley, New York.
yes.
Listen, they have their own community,
Okay.
but they purchase houses in our community to do their fraud. I bet you not a single piece of fraud is going on in what's that, Spring Valley? Spring Valley, New York. I bet you not a single piece of fraud is going on there. But everybody who wants to do something illegal and illicit comes to the Black community.
All right. Yeah.
This is where they drop all of their drugs off at.
Okay.
This is where they drop all of the illegal things that they want to drop off into our neighborhoods. You understand? They make all of their plans. Listen, this is the things that they lay in their beds and think of at night.
There you go.
You understand? And then when they get up in the morning, they work their evil. That's in the scripture. I know I paraphrase a little bit, but that's in the scripture. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to begin to understand that these people have nothing good for us. We keep saying our community, our community. We don't have a community yet. Right? Listen, we got upset about the people over, what was that in Oregon, Idaho, one of those, Colorado, somewhere where they got the all-white community, 160 acres. 160 acres of pure white people. And we get upset.
Where we want to go?
We should be thinking in the same way. Think about this, right? That community is doomed to fail. Why is it doomed to fail? Because if we not around, they're gonna kill each other off.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? If we not around, they're gonna kill each other off. So that community is doomed to fail. We need to take that blueprint and everything that Commander General Yohana taught us, and we need to build our own community. Listen, Commander General Yohana's already doing that. So
right. Yeah, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get on board, man. Listen, we can't get upset. Go ahead, finish reading that.
Yeah, sir. Purchased more than 700 homes in Baltimore for use as a long-term rentals, primarily in majority Black neighborhoods, according to the report.
Yeah.
The purchases were reportedly financed with some $100 million in debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, loans from dozens of private lenders. A DSCR loan is a form of hard money lending that uses projected rental income as the primary base for approval.
So this is what you do, right? You said you got a property for $13,000, right? We put enough money in it to build it up to $100,000. We said we're gonna rent this property for, let's say, $2,200. That's projected.
Right.
We didn't put anything into it yet. We haven't done anything with it yet. We still got the money in our pocket, but it's projected. And that's where the fraud starts to inflate. Because we saying we haven't done anything. It's still worth $13,000. And the property, the value is still dropping. But we said we put this into it. We built it up to this, and this is what we're gonna rent, or this is what we're gonna sell it for. So then they say, okay, let's just take 100 of those properties, and this is how much all of that property is worth. This is the money we give it as a loan. Now you can default on that loan. Yeah, that's hard loan and not have to pay it back. They up in Spring Valley living it up. You understand what I'm saying? They in Spring Valley living it up while our neighborhoods are falling apart.
It sounds like it's like a bunch of nice ponds out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at the sky, look beautiful.
Yep.
And we down here with the rats.
Something
to the
Listen, pond. They got lily pads in the ponds. You see frogs hopping the frogs and everything like that. I mean, they out on the grass having a nice luncheon out on the grass and everything. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is good. You see kids riding bikes, kicking balls, playing and everything. You see dogs running around houses with white picket fences. And then look at how we live. You understand? This is why we destroyed as a people. You understand? Trooper Ragash Ya'ala. What's going on, Troop? All right, checking in. July, Lord Christ, sir. Oh, guess who? Boom! Guess who stepped in the room? Mataza Bob. What's going on, sir?
What's up? Who we got so far? That's all we got right here.
Come, sir. But like we were saying, right? This is where the fraud begins at. You understand? And this is why Baltimore and a lot of urban neighborhoods look the way they look. It's not because of the situation we're putting ourselves in. It's the people who are coming in and destroying our neighborhoods like this. You understand? This is the reason why our neighborhoods look like this. Go ahead, finish that.
Now, more than half of the properties owned by the New York group are in foreclosure.
Listen, more than half. Out of 700 properties, what's that? 350 properties. 350 properties are in foreclosure. Ain't no telling what the other properties gonna go through. You understand what I'm saying? But again, that's money that they can what they call it, they can default on. They can default on it. And then they can say, well, look, take the properties. The properties ain't worth nothing anyway. So who gonna pay for it?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So now the loan companies take over the properties, and now they trying to sell you the property for what they think that property is worth. Go ahead.
Raising concerns about the property values in the affected neighborhoods, credit availability for legitimate investors in Baltimore, and the fate of renters affected by the foreclosures.
Right.
Total foreclosures in the Baltimore area spiked 26%.
And the 26% is for people who don't live here, who doing just what's going on right here, that fraud. It's not us. And listen, when that thing hit when Obama came in, remember when the foreclosures on all the houses? You understand? The bad loans that was going through. This is stuff not created by us, but this was predatory loans that they did to us back then. So they had the predatory loans when Obama came in, and now Trump is in, and they got these. And this is, let's get this right. It's not just Trump, but it's every president before him, because this foreclosure stuff has been happening to us since way back. You understand? Way back, the 80s, when Reagan came in. You understand? Destroyed us as a people. You understand? So this is. I'm not going to put this all on Trump. It's every oppressor that came in, and even Obama. You understand? All of this stuff been going on for a long time. And this is the reason why we got to understand these other nations hate us. They don't care about us. You understand? And think about this. When an oppressor cares about you, it's always an oppressor who can't change your situation. And this is where we get fooled at, because we believe, all oppressors ain't bad. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. But the thing is we think the ones that show us love are the ones that can't change our situation. But these are the ones that we say, well, all of them ain't bad. Listen, this is a ploy. This is a ploy. Oh, I don't believe. I think what they're doing is wrong, but you can't change our situation, and you're not going up against them. It's us. You understand? So even the way that other oppressors act like they they care about us. It's a ploy to make us feel like, well, there's some good ones out here. It's not no good ones out here. If there's some good ones out here, get them to change our situation. That'll show you who the good ones are. You understand? If they can't change our situation, they're not a good one. You understand?
Okay.
Wait, let me see that. Go ahead. You got something?
I was about to, what you were saying, I was going to be the preset for, you know what I mean? Oh, people saying it is some.
Oh, okay,
Cool, man. It's Psalm 58, verse 3, slide. Verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Hey, listen, this is the way they come out, and this is where we get fooled at.
Okay.
You understand? The wicked are estranged from the womb. That means they come out wicked. They estranged from the womb. Listen, as soon as they come out of the womb, they detached from love. They don't have love for anybody. They are estranged from the womb. They come out not caring about anybody but themselves. You understand?
Okay.
And if push come to shove, they won't even care about themselves. They are off themselves. You understand?
Yeah, sir.
That's why I said that 160 acres of all white people community, eventually they gonna off each other off. It ain't gonna be nothing out there. You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, so they go astray as soon as they be born.
Go ahead.
Speaking lies.
And that's what they do, speaking lies. Listen, all of that foreclosure, all of that stuff that's happening with that property, with them properties in Baltimore. And like we said before, it's not just in Baltimore. It's not just in Baltimore. It's in every urban city in America.
Yeah, so.
Why is it only urban cities that we see this happening in? Why is it only where we live at? You understand? And then the perception is it's us, and we don't know how to take care of our communities. It's not us. It's our oppressor. And it's a condition that has been created by our oppressor. And what did we say earlier? What was the word we used earlier? The perception.
Yeah, okay.
You have what things are perceived to be, and then you have what things really are. And it is perceived that we destroy our own neighborhoods, but the real truth is our oppressor creates the conditions that make our neighborhoods look the way they are. Okay, we done with that? Yeah, we done with that. We can grab that. Yeah, we doubt that. Okay. We see. Sorry, sir. Trying to wrap up the next 5 minutes so we can set up. Come on, sir. Well, you know what? We're gonna wrap it up now. Then you want to do it now? Or you want to do one more article? It's up to you. One more article. Sure, I got small. Let's do it. Got you, sir. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna go to the next article.
Yeah, so I believe like we the easiest. We are the nation of people to steal on. Right. It's so easy for us to get gas. Right. We invite everybody. We don't care. Like you said, we still got people that feel like it get oppressors out here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Well, we still vote. We still we vote for things like this to act because we act. So I constantly tell us not to deal with these people. And we are. And we keep constantly going back at it. Yeah, what kind of it?
Hey, listen, I got this other article. I wanted to go into that, but that was too long right there. But we got this article.
CBS News. 20 members of gang designated by U.S. as foreign terrorists organization escaped prison in Guatemala. 20 members of a gang designated a foreign terrorist organization by the United States have escaped from detention in Guatemala.
And check this out, right? What does that story sound so much like? See, because we can do the same thing, right? Now, I'm not saying that those prisoners that escaped that Guatemalan prison, I'm not saying that they're not gang members, right? But we see gang members on our streets every day.
Good.
You understand? And I'm not trying to flip the article, but every time we see police on our street, them is gang members, right?
Good.
Every time we see the National Guard. Them is gang members. You understand?
Okay.
Every time we see some kind of military force sent by our president or sent by, you understand, the government, them is gang members because they don't live by any rules. Think about it, ICE, them is gang members. They jump out and do anything that they want, have their faces covered, no ID or anything, don't have to ID themselves, just like gang members. You understand? Go ahead.
The members of the Barrio 18 gang evaded security controls at the Fahanes 2 facility. Prison Director Ludin Godinez said at a news conference, "We received an intelligence report Friday warning about the possible escape from the prison, which is southeast of the capital, Guatemala City."
So wait a minute, hold on. I mean, they received a report that there might be an escape, and the people escape. Oh, you understand? Oh, you know what? Let's wrap this up right here. Oh, you close out. No, you wrap it up. Just
Hey, Shalom. You know me, Shalom. Israel is the IPK. This is the One West News Desk under Captain Sapphire with your host, Officer Mathum. You know what I mean? Featuring Officer Alizai. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's my man.
You see, you pay your tithes, man. You know what I mean?
And with that,
Shalom, Israel.
all right.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're One West.